Hi, I'm Ricky Young with UT Watchdog. Our team took a look at educator salaries this month, and one of them stood out. Science instructor Tuyet-Mai at El Camino High in Oceanside topped the list for teachers, with pay in 2013 totaling $135,000. Now it turns out that amount was not just her salary. Reporter Ashley McGlone is in our Oceanside bureau to tell us more. Ashley, what else was in her pay for 2013?
So we looked a little bit further, and it looks like a bulk of that pay was actually a settlement that Oceanside Unified granted her to voluntarily resign. But that decision to reach that settlement actually followed several dismissal hearings that the district had initiated against Ms. Mai, following student reports that she had threatened them to program a robot and bring it back to the school and tase, shoot, and kill them, which the district took very seriously. They also expressed some concerns about her education style and the students' inability to retain information in the style that she was teaching it. So they began to go through the dismissal process, but midway through the hearings went ahead and opted to give her a $92,000 settlement, and also gave her a glowing letter of recommendation less than a year after the district had,
Well, what is the deal with the why would she want to kill her students? I mean, maybe she didn't mean that, but what would bring on such a comment anyway?
According to the district's report, students maybe weren't paying attention or were talking back. She was reported to say, if students weren't paying attention or talked at all, that she would program the robot to zap them if they failed to do their homework assignments. That was the context in which apparently these comments allegedly arose. Ms. Mai, I spoke with her, and she said that it was mischaracterized by the district. She stands by the fact that she is a fit teacher. She doesn't anticipate a return to the classroom at any point, anytime soon, but she does want to become an administrator. And again, with a letter of recommendation in hand and a voluntary resignation and her credentials up to date, there's nothing really standing in her way of doing that.
That's a lot of money, $92,000. I guess that says something about the process they have to go through to fire a teacher. I guess they didn't want to go through that at the district. Is that the deal?
District officials did say that both the lengthy efforts that needed to be made and the costly efforts that are required in the state of California due to teacher tenure protections is part of what contributed to their decision to settle. Critics of teacher tenure protections also talk about how stringent all the requirements are. There's like 17 different steps that districts have to go through, and if you don't do something as simple as attaching the teacher's latest evaluation to the filing with the State Office of Administrative Hearings, the judge there might throw out the case. You never really get a chance to hash out whether that teacher is truly, at an appropriate state to be teaching students in a classroom again. So cases get thrown out all the time, but it is, again, a very lengthy, costly process to fire a teacher, even when there are, this case, students had filed complaints. The district felt very strongly that these were valid, and again, in addition to other concerns that they had raised, but eventually opted to settle.
Well, that's certainly a very interesting story. Killer robots and teachers, and you can read more about it at utsandiego.com/watchdog. And I know Ashley's uploaded a number of documents there you can review as well. Send us your tips at utsandiego.com/watchdogtips.